there have been many companies that have said there was going to be no pay to win, but ended up adding it later.
Yep.
What do you say to those who don't believe?
다시 한번 말씀드리지만 크로노
Again, Chrono Odyssey will never be have pay-to-win elements.
게임의 밸런스에
There will be no
영향을
items
미치는
that will affect the
어떤
gameplay
상품도
balance of the
없을
game.
것입니다.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest, guys. If Chrono ends up being pay to win at any point, this guy is going to eat the fattest shit we have ever seen a developer eat in Korean MMO history. The community will legitimately cook him if this dude does not deliver on this. Like, straight up, the clip is gonna be crazy. I asked it. This is just a short video, so we're gonna watch. Apparently, Chrono Odyssey just released a leak or like a thing, and then Canon just released this. I asked Chrono Odyssey's lead if the game is pay to win.
Odyssey gonna be pay to win? It almost seems like everything is riding on this very simple question. So what did I do? I decided to go to the Chrono studio in person and ask the man in charge.
Bro, I wish I could do this. Straight up, dude. Canon lives down the street from these people.
Directly, that very question. Kind of like how I did with NCSoft. Only this
Yeah, he literally went to NCSoft too to
one
the
was
same
an
thing.
actual one-on-one sit-down interview rather than a group Q&A. But yeah, I literally hit them up asking if I could interview the man in charge, and he said okay. No angles, no requirements, just an honest Q&A, and I was allowed to ask anything I wanted. So I did. I asked about 30-ish questions in person, including the all-important question about pay to win. Let's address the elephant in the room, the monetization. I'm going to tell you what every Western MMO player is thinking and wondering. Every single Korean company has a terrible reputation when it comes to monetization in the West due to the fact that every single Korean MMO has some form of pay to win. I personally went to NCSoft last year and told the lead at Throne that the overwhelming majority of Westerners saw the game as pay to win trash. And if
No, I would say the majority of the criticisms that I get, at least from my BDO community about Throne, is like, why are you wearing this? Or why are you playing this mobile game garbage?
they would consider changing it for the global audience. His answer was that they felt like the pay-to-win elements in Throne were fair. Give it to us directly. We're all adults here. Is Chrono Odyssey going to be pay-to-win?
걱정하지 않으셔도 됩니다.
There's no need for concern. There will be absolutely no pay to win in Chrono Odyssey. In order to maintain a strong commitment to fairness, this is one of our highest priorities.
현재는 코스튬
Our current business model is focused on costumes and cosmetic-focused items.
어떤 상품으로서 저희 BM은 설계되어 있고요. 유저가 신뢰.
I'm just gonna be honest, guys. I know that that sounds great, and it's like, oh my god, let's rub our dicks off to it and everything. But I've been around a long time. Black Desert said the exact same thing. Pearl Abyss, believe it or not, when BDO released, and when I applied, to put this in perspective for you guys, when I applied to Pearl Abyss, I applied for Pearl Abyss America. I applied for this job. It was about right when I was starting to become a content creator a long time ago. I had an interview, and I had two interviews. I got through second interviews. Armin got the job instead of me, which ended up being a W for me, but I just didn't know it at the time. That being said, in the second interview, they were very dedicated to making sure that they were like, do you feel that BDO is pay to win? And like, this is one of the Korean executives that I was speaking with. Okay. This guy was adamant that BDO wasn't pay to win. Keep in mind, this was in like 2020 or 29. I think it was like 2020 or so. Like, this guy was like legitimately adamant that BDO still was not pay to win at that point. By the way, you could sell outfits on the fucking marketplace for silver. Okay. Like, straight up. And again, they were confused when I went to Pearl Abyss offices and spoke with the CM team. The CM team that spoke with me, like the ones that had just joined the CM team, they were like, yeah, I mean, we try to tell them, like, it took us a long time to get across that, like, the West considers the game pay to win because of the outfit thing and then the pay to convenience thing. They do not see any of that as pay to win. I think they've accepted it now, Now they have accepted it and they understand it, but like they didn't understand like even what the concept of pay to win was in Korea to even grasp the idea that like selling outfits for silver on the marketplace would be like a bad thing that we would see as bad in the West. So like, again, Corlivis did not think that their game was pay to win for years, okay, when it was super pay to win. Even before you could sell outfits on the market, BDO was pay to win. Everybody used to say, and people love saying this, everybody used to say, BDO is pay for convenience. No, you idiots. This is the same thing. Like, bro, you telling me that the processing outfit and that the cooking outfit are not pay to win? They're super pay to win. They save people tremendous amounts of time. You get crazy advantages for those kinds of things. It's not even a question. And so do I believe him when he says the game is not pay to win? No. But I am hopeful that he understands what pay to win is, and I hope he's telling the truth. I do. But like, because of my experience with Korean MMOs in the past, I'll be honest, I'm still distrusting about the entire thing. This is a pretty good take. Chrono is literally New World 2.0 without large scale PvP. I actually think it's better than the combat looks better than New World. The PvE, I don't know. The open world exploration, I don't know yet. But you're right. There are a lot of similarities with New World. And based on what they've said about large scale PvP so far, I don't think there is large scale PvP. I'm hoping that, yeah, they don't want to do scale like Throne of Liberty does, or maybe like BDO does, or Guild Wars 2, but maybe they're willing to do like a 25v25 or a 45v45 game mode. I think that would be really cool, right? Like anywhere in that range. It doesn't have to be like crazy, but like 25v25 to 45v45 would be great. Invulnerable, I spoke with him a little bit about this. He thought the same thing. He pitched that idea. I thought it was a good idea. 10v10 capture, like, no, I think it needs to be more than that. I want to be able to shot call and do stuff like that. And to be clear, again, a lot of people have like the fantasy of being like a soldier in an army. You're not going to get that in a 10v10. It can't be like small scale like that. It needs to be like mid to large scale. Again, over 25 or so players. You can keep it under 50 though if you want to. That's kind of the sweet spot. That's where most BDO, like the good node wars in BDO, I think people would agree that that's where the sweet spot is. And then in Throne, obviously the tournament is 48v48. You can see that's kind of the sweet spot there as well. So if they don't want to do like big scale like Siege, that I think would be totally fine. But I think that they should have some large scale PvP, or I would actually agree with that chatter. I think that it's going to look like New World with better combat. And I don't know how much appeal that's going to have, mainly because if you look at New World Aeternum, that's kind of a disaster. I'll be honest with you. The Steam charts and stuff, like the player numbers for New World Aeternum don't look super great. But there's a lot of stuff that New World got right? Like you can interact with a lot of stuff in the open world. It's really fun to explore. Their large scale PvP system, admittedly, their combat wasn't super great, but the system was pretty good. People loved it. There were aspects of New World that people really enjoyed. I think that Chrono Odyssey is hitting those same points where the world exploration and like finding little Easter eggs out in the world. They're focusing a lot on the main story. Again, these are not typical things for an MMO to really focus on. Most MMO players don't really focus on like the main story, but rather the open world exploration is kind of a thing that people will latch onto, but the problem is that's not what keeps people around long term. The open world exploration, eventually the map gets smaller, if you catch my drift. Like eventually the entire map is explored and then you have nothing else to do. So there needs to be something else there to hook people. They said there's going to be 200 dungeons. That's almost like an unbelievable number. And that's the big problem that I'm like, I don't want to like spoil everybody. I'm super excited for this game. I am. I'm going to play it. I'm going to keep following it. I follow all the news for it. I'm going to play the crud out of it. But here's the thing. When you say there's 200 dungeons, it's almost unbelievable, right? Like if they had said like 20 or 30 dungeons, I'd be like, all right, every one of those is probably unique. They have unique bosses with unique mechanics and stuff. But 200 makes me think it's just AI generated dungeons. They're going to feel the same, kind of like Destiny Strikes. It's the same main story mission with different enemies, I hope that I'm wrong about that, but that's what that's my initial reservation. I'm hoping that I am wrong about that, and I also hope that there's no pay to win in the game. But I'll be honest with you, the fact that there's pay to win is not it's not a deal breaker for me. Let's be honest. I played BDO and Throne. If pay to win is not a deal breaker for me.
할 수 있는 구조를 만드는 것이
Building a structure that players can trust is our core priority.
What exactly is the monetization going to be then for Chrono Odyssey? You mentioned just selling cosmetics, or is there anything more to that?
비즈니스 모델은
The business model,
비즈니스 모델은
Chrono's business model,
장비의 외형 변경을
costumes
하기 위한
used to
코스튬,
change the appearance of
그리고
equipment,
탈
as
것에
well as
대한
mount
코스튬,
cosmetics,
그리고
and a limited range of
일부
offered
배틀
through the
패스에
battle pass
대한
system
것들만 고려하고
is
있습니다.
what
You
we're
say no
taking
pay to
into
win,
consideration.
So I just want to double check
Again, battle pass systems are oftentimes that they include a lot of pay to win.
and confirm here, because no pay to win, I've seen a lot of loopholes that these companies will try to
Exactly.
they'll try and say there's no pay to win, but in reality there's some kind of currency that you can buy that eventually leads to pay to
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. He literally just mentioned a battle pass. When have you ever seen a battle pass that didn't give you in-game items that gave you advantages over other players? Like, like, hey, instead of getting 15 armor like upgrade items, you're gonna get 30 now. Okay, like one could consider that pay to win. You could, in theory, do that or consider that, but you know they can skirt this line. Path of Exile. Okay, fair enough. All right, that's fair. Apex, true. I have bought the Apex Battle Pass before, but I think Path of Exile is a little bit closer in terms of genre. Apex is more of a looter shooter, so they can't have any pay to win or it would destroy the integrity of their game. So I don't think Apex is necessarily Apex is not necessarily a super great example, but you are right. Their battle pass doesn't really hurt them, or doesn't really have pay to win. Path of Exile 2, definitely they could include pay to win if they wanted to, and it wouldn't destroy the foundation of the game, but they choose not to.
pay to win. So you're confirming that there is no pay to win straight up, and the only monetization is pretty much what you've explained before?
네, 없습니다. 커스튬이나 이모션 같은 어떤 소셜에 관련된 내용이나
Aside from socially oriented content like costume emotes and cosmetic goods,
시장성 상품 외에는 어떠한
we are not planning on selling items that will disrupt the balance of the game.
상품도 고려하지 않고 있습니다.
There's going to be a lot of people who will be insanely happy hearing this, but there's also going to be a lot of people that are just not going to believe what you're saying until they see it.
I'm just caught. That's me, baby. That's me right there. I just said.
Mainly because there have been many companies that have said there was going to be no pay to win, but ended up adding it later.
Yep.
What do you say to those who don't believe?
다시 한번 말씀드리지만 크로노
Again, Chrono Odyssey will never be have pay to win elements.
게임의 밸런스에
There will be no
영향을
items
미치는
that will affect the
어떤
gameplay
상품도
balance of the
없을
game.
것입니다.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest, guys. If Chrono ends up being pay to win at any point, this guy is going to eat the fattest shit we have ever seen a developer eat in Korean MMO history. The community will legitimately cook him if this dude does not deliver on this. Like, straight up, the clip is going to be crazy. The clip is going to go literally nuts. I mean, that's going to go absolutely insane. I hope he's right. I hope for his sake and the game's sake, he is being honest about this. Because if they're wrong, you know, it is what it is. There will be no items that will affect the gameplay balance of the game. Okay.
Now, to be fair, Chrono Studios is a brand new player in the space, and it is its own entity, not run or owned by any other company, which, by the way, is a big...
XL_Excelsior_LX just resubscribed for 5 months. No pay to win would mean no advantages gained from paying for advancing your goals from intentional game mechanics. Only way I see a game can provide no pay to win would be time gating character progression, which sounds counterintuitive if the goal is to make money.
Oh yeah, time gating character progression would be a huge L. Huge L. No one in MMOs we like to just play for hours and progress infinitely. That's what we like in Korean MMOs. We do not want to see, or just in MMOs in general, we don't want to see time gated stuff. It's just, it is what it is. I agree with you. Welcome back for 5 months, buddy.
Big misconception. From my understanding, this is a brand new team working with a new Kakao publishing team, and I feel like this is important context for people. And
I'm gonna say I've reiterated this many times. I said this earlier. A lot of people think that Kakao makes the game. Kakao does not make the game. Kakao is publishing the game. But for a lot of BDO players and a lot of Throne players, they have a very dim, like, perception of Kakao in general publishing games because, you know, cash cow, etc. But like BDO players particularly have a very dim impression of Kakao publishing games because our last Arcade players too. Yeah, so the last time I had Kakao, or I played a game with Kakao, it's actually Valhalla now, but like the last time I played a game with Kakao would have been BDO, that like where they stopped publishing a game. And at towards the end of their publishing, number one, they showed us that the CMs were not even they didn't even know how to play the game. Like their publishing team didn't understand anything about BDO, didn't understand the systems of the game. You have clips going around. It's like, hey, how do you get more energy? How'd you get to 500 energy? And the guy was like, dailies, sweeping chimneys, man. Like, oh my God, bro. Like they straight up just did not understand how to play the game or even the basic systems of the game. And I was a new player when that happened, or a close to new player when that particular clip happened, and I understood the difference between energy and contribution. So like that definitely hurt them. And then Kakao's management of various exploits in the game and things like this, and inconsistently banning people was not something that people liked very much. And then the worst thing was when Kakao was going to give up publishing rights, they threatened to take away everybody's data for more money from PA, which I think PA ended up giving them. And so we all got to keep our accounts. But people did not like that very much. That was not a good look. And then also for like the last 2 or 3 weeks that Kakao was publishing the game for Black Desert, they basically just stopped managing. Like the servers would just crash all the time. No support tickets were answered. Cheating went uninterrupted. Nobody cared. People were just dropping N-words left, right, and center. They couldn't be published. It was a lawless hellscape. It was crazy. And so people have a relatively dim impression of Kakao as a publisher overall because of these business habits. Now, I want to say that this is a new publishing team with Kakao, so I'm hoping they fixed all that. And it's going to be a lot better this time. But, you know, people have an understandably dim impression of Kakao as a publishing company. And again, this is a new team, so I'd recommend you look at this like clean slate, look at this objectively and say, okay, it can be better this time, especially with Chrono Studio. You have a brand new studio. They're promising no pay to win. Like I would give Kakao the benefit of the doubt for what it's worth. While Kakao was publishing the game, their servers were okay, right? Worse than what Perlibis's current servers were, but like they did what they could, kind of. But like, you know, even if you had a dim impression of them in the past, I'd at least try Chrono, see what happens, see if Kakao can do a better job this time. Not too jaded. I think a lot of people are.
And I want to make sure that this...
Blue, would you multi-stream on Kick if you can get partnered? Yeah, I am partnered on Kick. They already gave it to me. I would show you, but it might be illegal. I don't know. But I'm in a Discord with their partner program now. I will be starting to restream to Kick and YouTube, starting after the tournament is over.
This information is correct. Is that correct? The Chrono team, the Chrono Studios, is its own entity and it is not a subsidiary of a different company?
네, 맞습니다.
That is correct. I've seen and received so many comments and questions regarding this. I think I need to make this point clear. Chrono Odyssey is not a subsidiary of nPixel. We are an independent company completely separate from nPixel and operating and developing as such. Once again, let me reiterate, we are not a subsidiary of nPixel. Well, these guys really don't want to be associated with nPixel. We are a newly established company called Chrono Studio, a separate and completely independent legal entity. I want to take this opportunity to once again clearly state that we have no connection whatsoever to nPixel. Guys, I'm pretty sure they're with nPixel. Bro, what the? You just said it like 5 times, bro.
Well, I genuinely hope that Chrono Studio sets the new standard for these MMORPGs that are coming up. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I had about 30 questions or so that I asked the producer here. So if you guys want to check out the full video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. You're not going to want to miss out because
this is going to leak it 5 questions at a time. Holy shit, Cannon, that's crazy. He's going to trickle leak the interview to us. It is crazy. Look at his face. Look at it. Oh God, Cannon, what are you doing, bro? He's farming us, guys. He's farming us. It's shameless, bro. I don't blame him for it. That way he gets trickle content all the way up till Chrono Odyssey release. He's going in. This is gonna pay my rent for 4 months. Bro, how crazy is that?
Definitely asking a lot of the questions I know you guys want the answers to. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
I mean,
follow me on Twitch, and
let's be honest. We're all gonna wait. I've already subbed to Cannon. Why does it say sub again? Oh, it wants me to support the. Interesting. When did it start doing this? What the? I guess you can just like subscribe again. It'll give you like the supporter thing. Best answers part 4. Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't care. We're gonna watch all of it. Who gives a crap? Who gives a crap? Good on Cannon for at least going to ask the really tough questions there. I really like Cannon. It is what it is. I think he's a genuine guy. Cannon's never given me any reason to believe that he's not just a genuine person in any way. So he's very reasonable across the board. So go like, comment, subscribe on the video. I'll be honest with you. I'm skeptical, guys. I really am. I am so skeptical of Chrono Odyssey being not pay to win. I am super skeptical. If this game ends up being pay to win, I am going to make so much money off of farming them. It's going to be insane. Now, in fairness, I hope it's not going to be pay to win. I do. I hope that it's not. I hope that they're telling the truth and they understand it. But I'm telling you right now that the memes from MMO players, if this game ends up being pay to win even slightly, is going to be S tier. Literal S tier. The amount of memes that we're going to get out of this has potential to be one of the greatest MMOs if it truly doesn't have any pay to win. I think that people are laser focused. Okay, hot take. People like this are way too laser focused on it being pay to win. Guys, the game can still be garbage even if it's not pay to win. I want to be really clear. Like, the game can be absolute dog water, even if it's not pay to win. That does not mean the game is going to be good. Now, I will say that it's good if the game is not pay to win, but I would rather have a pay to win game that is good than a bad game that is not pay to win. I don't like it's monetization is important, but like, bro, ultimately it's my gameplay experience that matters to me the most, you know? It's way too overhyped. I don't think so. Like, I don't know. I hope not. I hope it's great, because let's be honest, we don't want to keep playing these shit games. Why am I still playing PDO?